This is the Samsung Galaxy Grand Max, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this device. And this is a mid-range Android device by Samsung, and as you can see it comes with 16 gigs of internal storage. It has a 1.2 GHz quad core processor, and regarding the pricing, this is sold in India for around 15,000. I purchased it via Snapdeal. As of now it's an exclusive via Snapdeal and it was available for 15,000, and for that price I would say it packs some pretty decent specs. I actually did not want to review this device, but I did get a lot of requests because I feel that it's very close to the Samsung Galaxy E5, but yes, this has a better camera, a 13 megapixel shooter and a slightly larger screen, and it sports a 5.2 inch screen. We'll come back to this device a bit later, but let's look at the accessories that we have. And this is the quick start guide and the warranty statement. We also get a headset which is again a YS type. Let's look at it. And these are standard headsets that we get, and these are not in-ear, but we have the Samsung branding, and we also have here a microphone and a button to take or end calls, so we do get that. And further down if we go, we again get the USB to micro USB cable, nothing special. And this is the battery, which is supposed to be, I believe, a 2500 milliamp hour battery. The battery looks actually massive. I will come back to that a bit later. And this is the USB charger that we get, again Samsung branded, and it's a 1 amp charger. So here is the device itself, and let's just open this up. Again, it has Samsung branding at the back, and we have this new texture. Let's see if the camera can focus on it, and it actually gives a very good grip. It's not slippery like typical Samsung phones, and we have nothing else over here. And we can open this back cover on this, I believe. Let's see if it is openable. Yes, we have it indent here, and we can pop in our two SIMs. It's a dual SIM device, and also a micro SD card over here. And let's pop in the battery. The battery, as I mentioned, is a 2500 milliamp hour battery, but looks massive. And regarding the rear facing camera, it's a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with LED flash, and we have the speaker opening over here. And the front facing camera is supposed to be a 5 megapixel shooter. So let's power this on. Before that, let me give you a physical overview. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. We have some plastic, let me take that out. And over this end we have the power button, and moving down again we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device, the main microphone, and on this end we have the volume rockers. So typical Samsung setup, power button, and let's power on this device. And regarding the screen, it sports a 5.25 inch screen, which is a 720p HD screen. I haven't added any SIM card, we can do that later on. And looks like it has just the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band, not the 5 GHz band. And we can add our Google account, we won't do that. Location services, we can personalize the phone if you want. And we can also create a Samsung account. I'll skip that. And it's almost done now. So this is the first boot. Let's see if we have the auto brightness sensor. It's nice to see that we have auto brightness sensor on this device, so that's nice to see, because the Samsung Galaxy E5 does not have an auto brightness sensor. And before we continue, let me give you a configuration overview. Regarding the screen, as I mentioned, it sports a 5.25 inch 720p HD screen, which comes to PPI of 282. It is powered by a Snapdragon 410 chipset, which is a quad core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz, and it's based on the ARM Cortex A53 architecture, which is 64-bit enabled. It's powered by the Adreno 306 GPU. It has 1.5 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, micro SD card. And regarding the camera, it has a 13 megapixel rear facing camera, a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and the battery is a 2500 milliamp hour battery. So if you notice, regarding the specs, it actually has some pretty decent specs for the pricing. Let's look at the settings now. If we go to about the device, as you can see, it is being pre-installed with the Android version 4.4.4, which is KitKat. But I think so this device might also get the Android Lollipop update because it's just launched recently. And let's look at the storage. We did not add a micro SD card, and out of that 16 gigs we have 12.31 gigabytes of space that is available to you. So I feel that is pretty nice. And let's just go back now, and we also have the easy mode and other settings, and we have screen mirroring, so that's nice. And if we just go here, we also have, let's open this screen rotation, mobile hotspot, screen mirroring. So these are the settings, and let's look at the apps that are pre-installed on this device. And as you can see, we have the FM radio, so that is nice to see, and not a lot of bloatware, so that's nice to see. And I am connected to my Wi-Fi network, so let's quickly just fire up the web browser, and we'll just use the Chrome web browser instead of the default browser. So this is the Chrome web browser that we have, and I'll accept this, and let's just go to rediff.com. Oops. So this is the default keyboard that we get, and we have a number row, so it's pretty easy to type, and I would say typing is easy because it's a pretty decent size phone. And as you can see, it loaded it actually very quickly. Again, this is the mobile version. Let's this is the multitasking. Let's hold this for a while. Yeah, you get to the menu if you hold it for a while. And let's again, if you notice how quickly it loaded, and let's try the pinch to zoom. Again, it's pretty decent. Again, the Snapdragon 410 chipset performance was pretty good. Even most of the Galaxy A series and the E series devices had that, and the overall performance was pretty nice. So let's open up one of the stories. Let's hit here. Again, as you can see, it loaded it actually pretty quickly. Let's try one more site. Let's hit here. Let's go to techmimi.com. Again, if you noticed, it loaded it actually pretty quickly. Pinch to zoom. Yeah, it's also working, but it's a little bit sticky, I think. So it was the glue that was there. But again, I'll test this a lot more. Initial impressions in terms of web browsing also, it looks pretty good. And now let's quickly also look at the camera on this device, the 13 megapixel rear facing camera. Let's look at the settings. And as you can see, it is a 13 megapixel shooter, but if you want to go to widescreen, it takes in at 9.6 megapixel. We also have the flash to auto or on. We'll keep it on auto, and let's just quickly take some snaps. And we have that tap to focus, you can see, and I'll take one more picture. If we don't hit the tap to focus, then also it can take the snaps, but let's look at it. Let's quickly look, and looks like the pictures, yeah, this was blurry. This came out good. And if you use the tap to focus, then it is actually pretty clear, as you can see. But again, I will be testing the camera a lot more in my full review. So that's it for now for this very quick unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Grand Max. So if you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments, and I'll try to include them in my review. And it's a good idea to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be notified whenever I add a new video. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.